Well, it's that time of year again. Football season's back, boys and girls. After a fantastic Euros, England unfortunate not to win in the final. The Premier League's back. Who do you think will do well in the first week? Who do you think might drop points early on? My name's Horton Sports, and I'll be talking all through football. This is my predictions for Match Week 1. First fixture of the 2021-22 Premier League season is New Boys Brentford at the new stadium, facing against the struggling Gunners, Arsenal. I think this one will be a tough game, but with the good additions of Christian Ajer in defence, they've got the likes of Pontus Jansson, David Raya in goal, Ivan Toney, who's I'm sure going to set the Premier League fire. Arsenal were struggling after last year. Aubameyang didn't really hit his heights after signing his brand new contract. Saka might not play because he's just come back from the Euros and he's not fully fit yet. But the likes of Smith Rowe and Lacazette, Thomas Partey's obviously out injured, so Granit Xhaka will play, maybe with El Neni or Lokonga, new signing. And obviously Ben White, 50 million in defence, should rock him up a little bit. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. Our first Saturday lunchtime kickoff begins as Manchester United are at home at Old Trafford against old rival to Leeds United. This one I think will be too big of a test for Marcelo Bielsa's side. Like Bruno Fernandes having a good Euros, you've got Paul Pogba in midfield. Mark Rashford unfortunately is injured, but you've got the likes of Martial, Greenwood coming back, you've got Cavani. I don't think Varane will play yet, and I'm not sure about Jadon Sancho potentially getting any time, but with the likes of Harry Maguire in defence and Luke Shaw, they should have the edge over a Leeds United side who haven't really improved on last season, but the likes of Patrick Bamford and Calvin Phillips after his fantastic Euros will surely have a good season, but I think Manchester United will have too much into it. So I'm going to go 3-0 United. Manchester United. It's the battle of bees for this one. Brighton away to Burnley. Burnley are my predicted side to go down this year. I just don't see them improving much. So just the team that gets found out way too easily. They haven't improved. They'll be relying on the likes of Chris Wood up front to score all the goals for them. They haven't really got anyone else apart from like Ashley Barnes, Dwight McNeil on the left wing. Nick Pope's a brilliant goalkeeper for them, but I just can't see them doing too great this season. Brighton, on the other hand, they sold Ben White for 50 million and bought in a new midfielder. And I'm sure with Danny Welbeck being out injured for quite a while, apparently, they will improve their strike force, possibly someone like Odsonne Edouard. But obviously, this won't come before this match, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. The season sees Chelsea at home against Patrick Vieira's new boys, Crystal Palace. Thomas Tuchel ended the season fantastically with Chelsea after winning the Champions League, and I'm sure they'll have a buzz finishing on such a high standard. Crystal Palace new boss, Patrick Vieira, obviously known for his time at Arsenal, didn't have the best time when he was manager of Nice. They have brought in some new players in Hakeem Anderson in defence. They've got Elise coming in. Eze unfortunately is injured, but the likes of Will Zaha, then you've got Guaita in goal. I think they'll do okay this season, but Chelsea will have the edge on them, especially with the likes of Romelu Lukaku deal goes through. I'm going to go 4-0 Chelsea. Rafa Benitez has been given a home tie for his first game as an Everton boss, at home to the Saints in Southampton. After Carlo Ancelotti went back to Real Madrid to replace the outgoing Zinedine Zidane, they had to bring in somebody who knew how to get them going, the Toffees. So who better than someone who knows Merseyside like the back of his hand? Rafa Benitez. I'm not sure how it will go down with the Liverpool fans though. This one will be tough. Southampton obviously just lost Danny Ings. They're rumoured to bring in Adam Armstrong from Blackburn, would be a great signing for them. Everton have got the likes of Moise Keane back. Alex Iwobi looking to improve on last season. John Pickford's back in goal after a brilliant Euros, but I can see it being 2-0 Everton. Who saw that result coming on the weekend, eh? Leicester City beating Manchester City. It just shows money doesn't buy you everything. Leicester City at home against Wolverhampton Wanderers under new boss Bruno Lage. Leicester will obviously be buzzing after their first trophy, you could say, of the season. Some people call it a friendly, but at the end of the day, it's match practice before the new season begins. We've got James Maddison playing, you've got Jamie Vardy, Ian Nacho obviously scored the winner against Manchester City, whereas Wolves, they've got in Trincao, who's the only one I can really see getting into the starting 11, Conor Cody with Brock at the back with Willy Bowley. Raul Jimenez is back from his injury. I'm not sure if he'll start though, but this one I think the Foxes will have too much for the Wolves. I'm going to go 1-0 Leicester. The Hornets are at home for their first match as Watford face Aston Villa. New boss Xisco will be looking to kick fire his season with the Yellow and Blacks. Aston Villa obviously just lost Jack Grealish and have already brought Danny Ings in. What a prolific goal scorer he is. Him and Ollie Watkins will be a fantastic strike force for the Villains. Emi Buendia in the midfield is also a great addition. I'm sure they'll do some more, maybe a box-to-box midfielder or something like that. The Hornets, I can't personally see doing too great this season. They've just got an ageing squad, really. The likes of Sarr in right wing, Troy Deeney will obviously get goals here and there, but it's just an ageing squad, and I'm sure they'll get fined out, and that's why the predictors go down for me. I'm going to go for 2-0 Aston Villa. If you're a Canary fan, you're at home, but you face Liverpool in your first game. I'm sure Delia wouldn't have liked that when the fixtures were announced. Liverpool, obviously, with the likes of Virgil van Dijk back fit. You got Mo Salah, fantastic footballer, top goal scorer for quite a while for the Reds. Norwich, they did lose Buendia, but they've brought in Rishika in midfield, who I'm sure will add some great stuff to the squads. Keeping the likes of Max Aarons was key for the Canaries, and I think they'll do okay this season, but facing Liverpool in your first game is never an easy start. So I'm going to go 4-0 to the Reds. Steve Bruce faces off against old rival David Moyes now, as Newcastle are at home to West Ham. West Ham obviously had a fantastic year last year, qualifying for Europe. Newcastle, however, seem to struggle a little bit. Obviously not getting the funds needed by owner Mike Ashley. They do struggle sometimes. They just don't improve. They are rumoured to get the likes of Joe Willock back from Arsenal, who had a fantastic season last year, scoring multiple goals in a row. Whereas West Ham, they've got the likes of Mikel Antonio, Jared Bowen, Ben Rama was on good form for pre-season. They've got Fabianski in goal. I just see them doing better this year than Newcastle. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for West Ham in this one. Now, last game of this match week 1 is Tottenham facing last year's winners Manchester City. Nuno Espirito Santo's side will be on high form after winning on Sunday's Mine Series friendly against local rivals Arsenal, and with the likes of Eric Dyer, Lucas Moura, Son, they will have a good strike force amongst them this year. But obviously the main big guy, Harry Kane, unfortunately won't play. He's only just got back from a holiday after his fantastic Euros. He obviously deserves it. Maybe it's an audition for his new squad, Manchester City. Obviously with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne are out injured, they'll be looking for a new striker, and who else than prolific England striker Harry Kane. Man City, I think, will have too much for the Spurs for this one. They've got Sterling after the fantastic Euros as well. I just think they'll have too much to beat the Londoners. I'm going to go 2-1 Man City. Well, that's it for match day 1. I think it'll be an interesting season this year. Maybe some shocks, maybe not. Let me know down in the comments what you think of my predictions, and if I've got any right, or if you just don't agree, just let me know. That's what the comments are for. Make sure you click the follow button and subscribe, and go follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and Facebook to keep up to date with all the latest information. This is 1 of 38. Can't wait. Bring on the season. See you guys later.